Shocking new leftist regulations out of Loudoun County, Virginia. Virginia Democrat Elizabeth Guzman plans to introduce legislation that would allow parents who don't affirm their child's gender identity to be criminally prosecuted and thrown in jail. She plans to introduce this wild bill in the next session of the Virginia State Legislature, saying that the new law is meant to be a rebuke of Republican Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin's issuance of new rules on transgender students in schools.
Okay, so whose kids are they? What's going on? How is this even allowed? We're going to find out. Here to discuss is Fairfax County, Virginia mom, Stacy Langton. Stacy, you are no stranger to the Virginia school district doing crazy things. About a year ago, you were banned from the public school library for pointing out pornographic books. Your thoughts on what's happening now? This seems extreme.
Well, it is extreme. They have no shortage of extreme opinions and extreme actions to take when it comes to obeying the laws and executive orders that our wonderful Governor Glenn Youngkin puts forth. We saw this last January when he put forth the executive order that lifted the mask mandate for our children at school. The school districts tried to not obey, and they filed a lawsuit. And, you know, it took more action on his part as governor to remedy the situation. And so here we are. It's like Groundhog's Day all over again. They're not going to obey his new order for the new trans model policies. I think Delegate Guzman is really overreaching and really stepping out of line, because this is actually a fundamental right. It is enshrined in our code here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and it's code 240.1. I looked it up. It says parents have a fundamental right to all decisions regarding their child's care and upbringing. So I don't know what Delegate Guzman is thinking.
Stacy, I want to thank you as a parent for doing what you're doing, because so many parents are scared. They have been frightened into submission. They won't speak out. Yesterday, you were out protesting the gender ideology curriculum in schools. But I've got to ask, you know, Loudoun County's had a lot of problems with this woke school board. How close are people to being able to take back control of that school district?
Well, Loudoun County in particular is closer to getting some control than we are here in Fairfax County, because they have 3 seats up for grabs, and that election for them takes place in less than a month on November 8th. So they have a couple of better options. I'm a particular fan of my friend Tiffany Polifko, who is running for school board in Loudoun County. So vote for her if you're a resident of Loudoun County. Here in Fairfax, we're going to have to wait a little longer. Our school board doesn't come up for re-election bids until 2023. So we just keep fighting the good fight. That's all we can do. But, you know, I just don't know where these legislators here in our home state get off on thinking that they don't have to obey the governor. We elected him. Elections have consequences, and I think it's just an unnecessary waste of time and resources. And honestly, I don't even think it's going to make it out of committee.
Yeah, and Stacey, I'd also like to get your reaction to what's happening in California at the Encinitas Union School District. They're apparently hosting a Halloween party, calling it the queerest free Halloween party for youth and families, featuring drag queen performers. Then you also have school districts in Pennsylvania outside of Philadelphia canceling Halloween parades because they don't want to leave out the few students who don't celebrate Halloween. Are you seeing anything similarly extreme there in Virginia?
Well, you know, we definitely have had the drag queen story hours here in our county at the McLean Public Library, and we've protested to success in getting those removed. But God bless that mom out in San Diego. I believe her name is Brittany Meyer, and she said some wonderful things. I saw the speech yesterday, and I saw her on Tucker last night. And so God bless her, and God bless all the other parents across the country who have woken up to what's happening in our school system and all of this filth that our kids are being forced to, you know, sort of marinate in. And I like that she spoke out very forcefully against it, because there is no such thing as a family-friendly drag show, and then that they're doing it under the guise of Halloween, which is specifically targeting children. I mean, that was just gross. But, you know, we have to push back. Parents have to stand up and fight back. And you got to fight hard. The left doesn't play nice. They fight dirty, and we have to fight back just the same.
Real quick, so 2023 is going to be a very big year to watch in Fairfax County, Virginia, in that school district, because parents will have an opportunity to go to the polls and make some real changes in that school board, right?
Yes, absolutely. And also, we're going to be putting up legislation here in Virginia for my paw prints labeling system, which is the acronym stands for Parental Advisory Warning. Senator Amanda Chase has agreed to sponsor the legislation for me. So we're going to work to get that passed this year, because at least until those books and this kind of garbage is removed from the school libraries, at least they'll have a warning label on them to help let parents know and protect our kids. So we're going to be pushing hard into the new year in 2023.
All right.
All right, Stacy Langton, thanks so much. And I'm sure many parents besides Tom Basile send their thanks.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and coming up, when